Good morning, dear students. Welcome to your computer class. In today's class, we are going to take the discussion a little further and check out a few more programs using while loop. In the last class, I had taught you about while loop. I had given you an introduction about what is looping, what is iteration, which means repetition of statements within the program. So I hope you all have reflected on that and you have understood the initial part, the purpose at least, that why looping is used in our programs. And we had also discussed one very simple program to print first 10 natural numbers. So in today's class we will be seeing a few more programs which we will be creating using the while loop. So the very first question which I have today is, write a program in Python to print hello world 10 times. So it's a simple program where you have to print hello world 10 times. Now again, you can write hello world, you can write print hello world 10 times, and you can write it once and you can paste it 10 times and you can run the program. Like, I'm just going to show it to you. If I simply open a new file, and I'm going to save this first. Hello 10 times, and I'm just writing here print hello world, and I'll just copy this and paste it 9 more times and save this and run it. So hello world is printed 10 times. What if someone says you have to print hello world 1000 times? So you'll have to paste it some 990 times more in this document, right? So instead of doing that, why don't we use a loop? So we can just use a loop for doing it. We will take I. First we will discuss the structure of the program with the help of a flowchart. So here we are. Start the program first. And because we need to keep a track of the number of times a particular loop, statement is going to be executed, so we will use a loop control variable as discussed in the previous class. A variable which keeps a control or keeps a track of the number of times a particular loop statement is executed. If I give you an example of this, at every major highway you might have seen a toll checkpost. Okay, a toll booth. What is the task of the person sitting inside the toll booth? He has to keep a check of all the vehicles which are arriving and also to collect the toll tax from them. So this person has to keep a track of the number of, he also has to keep a track of the number of people who he has collected toll tax from, right? So he is the one who is keeping a track of on the number of people. Also, you might have seen whenever you get into a lift in a or an elevator in any shopping mall or a shopping complex or a large building, there is a limit on the number of people who can get into the elevator. Normally, it can depend. Suppose the limit is 10 people. If it's a good elevator and if suppose its limit is 10 people at a time, so there would be one person who would be keeping a track of the number of people getting into the lift, because as according to human nature, many people don't have the habit of reading the instructions, so they just get inside the loop because they are in get inside the elevator because they are in a hurry to reach their destination. So that person will keep a track. He will count the number of people, including him. He will count 9 more people, and if there is even one extra, he will not allow that person to enter into the lift. So this person is controlling the number of people who are entering the lift. Same way, this loop control variable also keeps a track on the number of times a loop is executed. So we will say set I is equal to 1. Now we will be checking the condition. Is I less than equal to 10? Because we have to print hello world 10 times. If the answer is yes, then we'll use an output box, print hello. And again go back to the loop. So, okay, we missed one very important thing over here, and that is the statement which is there. Okay, I'll just show you how this will work. Okay, if the condition is false, stop the program. Now let's see. We set I is equal to 1. We check the condition, is I less than equal to 10. Answer is yes, print hello world. Go back again, is I less than equal to 10? Yes. So you can see that the value of I never changes here. So forever it is going to be less than equal to 10. This condition will be true forever. This is what happens when we create an infinite loop. So the program control gets stuck in an infinite loop, a cycle, a never-ending cycle, and this condition is never met. So how to solve this problem? To solve this problem, we have to make some corrections. That is, we have to add an update expression over here. So I'll be drawing this flowchart once again. So we will be having start. First, set the value of I. Now check the condition. If the condition is yes, that means we can print hello world. And also update the expression, that is set I equals I plus 1, that is increment the value of I such that it moves forward now, and go back and check the condition once again. So till the time the condition is true, that is it will continue, and the moment the condition becomes false, just come out of the loop and stop. So here we see I equals 1. Is I less than equal to 10? Yes. Print hello world. Set I equals I plus 1. So I is now set to 2. Go back again, check the condition. Yes, the condition is true. Again print hello world. Increment the value of I. And this will continue till 9. Suppose when the program control is over here, I is set to 9. Okay. Go back again, check 9 is less than equal to 10. Yes. Print hello world again. Again now increment the value and it becomes what? 10. Check the condition. Is it the condition is true? Yes. It is still equal to 10. Print hello world again. Increment the value. It becomes 11. And over here it is 11. Check the condition. The condition is false now. Exit the loop and it comes to stop. So you can see that this is a cycle, and until and unless you exit the cycle, you cannot reach the end. Got it? So we will just check it over here with the help of this program. I'm just quickly going to write it. I equals 1 while I is less than equal to 10. Print hello world. I plus equal to 1, and that's it. Let us run the program and you can see it prints. If I just hide this I plus equal to 1, then see what happens. The program keeps running infinitely. It doesn't stop, because forever the value of I is equal to 1 only. So in order to break this, if suppose many times whenever you run your program, when you test your program, you may come across such situations. So just to come out of it, you can press Control C, which is the keyboard interrupt. So you can just press Control C and it will come out of this infinite loop. And then you can go back to your script window and you can check what is the error. The error is you did not write this statement, and just run it. So this is how we execute it. Our next program will be something else. So I'm just going to type that program here. You can see, write a program to print first 10 even numbers. Now what are the first 10 even numbers? We start the even numbers from 2. These are the first 10 even numbers. If you count them, they will amount to 10. So how will you print the first 10 even numbers? So there are a few ways. Now you can see, I'm going to tell you the easiest way first. You can see that because they are even numbers and the last value is which is reached is 20. So I'm just going to take this uh, logic over here, that I will take an initial value I and set it to 2. And in the condition I will take till the time I is less than or equal to 20. It has to continue doing so, and I will increment the value of I by 2. So this will be my initialization. This will be my condition, and this will be my update expression. Let's draw the flowchart. Start, initial statement, that is I equals 2. I less than equal to 20. Is it true? If the answer is yes, then we are going to print the value. Print I. And we will be incrementing the value of I by 2. And go back to check the condition again. When the condition becomes false, exit the loop and come to stop. So we write I is equal to 2. Is 2 less than equal to 20? Answer is yes. So print I, so it will print the value 2. Then set I equals I plus 2, so it will become what? 2 plus 2, that is 4. Is 4 less than equal to 20? Yes, print it. Increment it by 2 again to 6, and this will continue till the last value, that is 18. Suppose now the value is 18. Is I less than equal to 20? Is 18 less than equal to 20? Answer is yes. So print 18, increment its value, it becomes 20 now. Okay, go back. Is it less than equal to 20? Yes, print it. Increment its value again, it becomes 22. Go back. Is 22 less than equal to 20? Answer is no. So here the loop has to exit. So you can see that the final value of I is 22. And the moment it is no, the program will come to stop. Let's do this program and see. So for this we are going to create a new program, and I will save it with the name first 10 even numbers. So I write I equals to, while I is less than equal to 20, print I plus equal to 2, and let's run the program, and you can see first 10 even numbers are printed. If you just make it 200, this program is going to print the first 200 even numbers automatically on its own. And you can also just add this end statement over here so that everything is printed on the same line, and this is how it prints. So students, that's all in today's class. I hope you have understood how to handle a loop, and this is just the beginning. Please keep practicing from time to time, okay, and then only you will understand it in a better way. So these were the two very simple programs which we did today. In our next, there is more to come in the other next classes. So thank you everyone, keep practicing, and see you again in the next class.